Yes, people, big up to everyone. Sorry, real quick. Yes, people, big up to everyone. Welcome back to another stream on Cheek TV where we have a couple of things to discuss today. Pretty disappointing fucking news, if I'm being completely honest. I saw this last night, like, because it was something that broke like super late last night for me. I think it was like 2 or 3 a.m. And I was crashing out. Like, I was crashing out at 2 or 3 a.m. But yeah, we're here. We're here to talk about it. I'm here to give my thoughts. I know I tried to show up to be on like Flawless' stream, but he said he was closing out in a little bit. So I have a lot of things to say. So I think I just decided to basically go live myself. Sorry, I'm just sorting a couple of things out as well. But yeah, decided to go live myself just to give my thoughts on all this stuff that we heard yesterday, specifically last night about the whole Bruno thing, specifically last night about Sancho news as well. Of course, MBUEMO we got a Ornstein Bomba from him too. So these are all things that we are going to discuss today. But the first thing we are going to talk about is this whole Bruno saga, because it just looks like it's come to an end, and it's just not the result that we wanted. And it's really fucking disappointing, because here we go, another season with this guy at the helm, being put on a pedestal by our fan base. And yeah, man, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, genuinely. Like, this is absolutely piss fucking poor. Like, it's like I've been fighting battles with our fan base, man. Like, yesterday I got a little upset and I was tweeting at a couple of people here and there. last night too, and I normally don't even do that because I understand what people are like on Twitter. I understand what people are like on the internet. A bunch of keyboard fucking warriors who have no brain cells. But it is what it is. Before we do get into it though, make sure you guys do run up the likes. Make sure you guys do subscribe. Definitely check out all the other content that we do on the channel as well. Definitely check out all the other shows that we do on the channel as well. We did an episode of Mud Brothers yesterday with the whole squad. We basically did like a Premier League review of the season. So we gave, a manager of the season, team of the season, all those type of things that we discussed. So definitely check out that stream because all the Mud Brother panelists had, their own picks on certain things. To be fair, we didn't really disagree on a lot of them. There were some very good ones, some very good honorable mentions as well. And we also engaged with the chat too. So we allowed the chat to vote on their own picks for whatever we did as well. So definitely check that stream out. If you just got here just now, make sure you guys do also run up the likes. Make sure you guys do subscribe if you haven't already. Drop your questions below if it's anything related to Bruno, MBUEMO, or Jadon Sancho. Drop your questions below and I will try to get to all of them as much as I can. And yeah, make sure you run up the likes. As you can see from the bottom right here, we are around 119 subscribers away. I think it's 118 now because I think we just got a sub, but 118 subscribers away from 1K. I'm trying to get there as soon as I can. I'm trying to get there pretty much before the next season starts. So that's a goal that we have. That's a target that we have as a channel. And we're trying to get that as soon as possible. So make sure you guys do run up the likes. Make sure you guys do subscribe. And let's pretty much straight up get into it because, like I said, the first thing I do want to discuss is this Bruno fucking Fernandes guy, bro. And we've just basically confirmed or got news that he is staying. He's not going anywhere, people. He has rejected his Al Hilal proposal. He has rejected, generational money for himself and his family. He's also rejected the idea or the possibility for us to rebuild. So this is a tweet that we got last night. Exclusive, Bruno Fernandes has rejected Al Hilal proposal. Despite crazy contract proposal from the Saudi Pro League, Bruno Fernandes wants to continue playing football in Europe. Man United captain wants to play at the top level in Europe. Decision made. That's something that we heard yesterday. Wouldn't Bruno getting you know what it is, bro? It's kind of I'm just like so done with this guy, bro. Like I just don't it's not like not saying that your question was a wrong question, but it's stuff like this. It's like, why are we still sitting here in 2025 trying to build around a 31-year-old midfielder? Why are we doing this? Like, the guy needs to go. He hasn't been good enough for Manchester United. For the people who think he's good enough, where are your fucking standards, bro? We've had much more successful captains. We've had much more talented players in our team. People want to say that he's our savior and all these type of things. They want to label him a club legend because apparently without him, we would be relegated. Let us get relegated. That tells us a lot about the squad. That tells us a lot about every single thing. Let us get relegated in that situation. We were so close to doing it anyways. So what's the difference? But when people come out and say like he shouldn't have, oh well, he's saved us from this and he saved us from that. I'm sick and tired of that shit, bro. He's 31 years old. No other top team wants him. In this tweet, he just said that basically he was talking about he wants to play at a top level. Top level where? What top level? We're not getting to the Champions League in the next 2 years, people. We're not. Ruben Amorim himself is probably not going to be here by the end of next season. He's not going to be here. Considering what his track record is currently on, he's not going to be here. So what type of top level are you talking about? Your top level is playing one game a week. Is it playing one game a week at Manchester United? And we're supposed to pave way for him to play as an 8 or a 6 in that double pivot. I thought Bruno Fernandes was an elite chance creator. All those type of things that people said, right? I thought he's just like world beater of a 10. This and that. Creates hella chances, this and that. But we're going to play him in a pivot. We're going to play Cunha on the left-hand side. We're going to play MBUEMO on the right-hand side. And whoever our striker is. That's what's going to happen. Even if, let's say, there's a scenario where we don't get a striker. We're going to play Cunha on the left-hand side. We're going to maybe play MBUEMO as a striker. We're going to play Amad on the right-hand side. So where does this guy play? If we go out and we get midfielders, if we go out and get 2 midfielders to play in a pivot, where does Bruno play? I'm asking a genuine question. I don't want to go based off of what the manager will do. I'm asking you, anybody in the chat who's sitting here defending him, where does Bruno play? And I said this in Flawless stream yesterday too, and it's a very interesting question because Bruno as a 6 or an 8, is that really what we're banking on? So we've decided to keep a 31-year-old midfielder instead of selling him for 100 million because he can fit in the pivot as a 6 or an 8. Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're banking on? This is what I'm trying to say. Like, why are we still doing revisionism on this guy, bro? Yes, he had time. Yes, the whole situation wasn't the best for him. Yes, he's not the main problem. Yes, I've been saying this. He's not the main problem. However, he is one of the big problems. He hasn't been good enough. Someone that Flawless really works with, his name's Aaron. Shout out to Aaron every single time. He tweeted something very, very good yesterday, and that shit resonated with me. He said, top players leave clubs. Top players leave clubs. When they leave, they take a picture of all the trophies that they've won. Top players, right? Top players that we like to put Bruno Fernandes in the category of. Let's just actually compare him with Kevin De Bruyne real quick. Because Kevin De Bruyne is one that gets compared to Bruno all the time, right? Kevin De Bruyne, when he leaves Manchester City, which he has pretty much already, he has a resume. He can take a picture with a Champions League, multiple Premier League titles, multiple FA Cups, multiple Carabao Cups, Super Cup, all that type of shit. He can take a picture with all of that. What does Bruno Fernandes take a picture with when he leaves? A Carabao Cup and an FA Cup. The guy's lost 2 European finals. He couldn't drop a 5 out of 10 performance in both of them. And this is the Europa League. Forget about even getting to a Champions League final because we haven't done that as a club. Forget about even getting to a semi-final because we haven't even done that as a club. The highest that he's ever got to in a United shirt is a quarterfinal in the Champions League against Atletico Madrid. That's it. So it's like, why are we still sitting here and doing revisionism on this guy, bro? He's 31 years old. It was 100 million transfer fee. We could have used that money to rebuild, but we fucked it. We fucked it. Had United just conveyed the message to him that we don't want to keep you, had Ineos just conveyed the message to him that we don't want to keep you, it would have been done. It would have been wraps. Going just based off of what he has said. He said, if the club doesn't want me, I will leave. So the club needed, in this situation, to tell him that we don't want you. Or you could even make it, because I know how this club is, you could even make it respectful to a certain extent. We need this money to rebuild. Right now, we don't find a specific position for you in this squad. We definitely need to rebuild because we don't have money or whatever. We're going to go accept this bid. And we're going to sell you for 100 million, 80 to 100 million, and we're going to use this money to rebuild the squad. Because you are the only person in the squad who is of that sort of value from a Saudi club. He's not worth 80 to 100 million. I'm not even saying that. It's just that no other club wants him. No other club. No other club wants him. So it's a fucking no-brainer. Like, I genuinely don't understand why people were even like thinking about keeping him, bro. Genuinely. Let me get to some of these questions real quick. Let's see. Is it true Bruno was at dinner with an Al Hilal agent or front office members? Yes, I think that's something that we heard of, either him or it was his agent, basically. It was either him or it was his agent. That's what I would say to that. It was either him or it was his agent. Filthy Fellows putting Luis Skelly over Cucurella at left back, sinker, and hooked. That's crazy. Wouldn't Bruno get Cunha and MBUEMO wouldn't Bruno getting Cunha and MBUEMO in attack be good for United? I mean, where he gonna play though, bro? That's my question. PX Gunner. He gonna play. So we're gonna see the qualities of Bruno Fernandes as a 6 or as an 8. what I'm trying to say, man. Big up my guy Cheek. Smash the likes, people share and subscribe 100%. Thank you, Hugo. Appreciate you, dog. Sorry. Excuse me. I don't rate Xerxes, but Hoyland getting more minutes was suspect. We got this foolish fucking manager who's sitting here and glazing over him as well. That Bruno needs to be part of plans. I see a future with Bruno. Shut the fuck up, man. Genuinely. Shut the fuck up. You gonna lose your job because of this guy, bro. You gonna lose your job because of this guy, bro. I don't expect him to be here by the end of next year anyways. But you are definitely going to lose your job over this guy. Watch us now do some foolish shit where we don't actually go out and get the midfielders that we probably should have because Bruno's ending up staying. Watch. Watch, we're going to do some foolish shit like this where we're not going to go out and get. I think we needed to get 2 midfielders. Did I think we can get 2 midfielders? 100%. Look at how we've just gotten 2 attackers, Cunha and Mbuemo. Well, Mbuemo's not even through yet, but it looks like that deal's going to get over the line. Look how we've just got. It's barely June, and we've already gone out and gotten 2, I think, quality attackers that raise a massive level in our attack. Which means I don't probably have to see Garnacho. I don't probably have to see Hoyland. And then Ahmad can play as a right wing back to help support Mbuemo. But now, I can see some foolish shit that United do where they just don't want to prioritize the midfield either because they think Bruno's good enough to play there. And the manager thinks Bruno's good enough to play there. Manager don't even know what he want to play. The way that his system is set up at Sporting, you don't play a deep lying play. He doesn't play a deep lying playmaker as his pivot. What is Bruno at this moment? A quote unquote deep lying playmaker. He's not like a balanced player. He's not a destroyer. First of all, this guy has no physicality. So he definitely doesn't have a physicality to play in a Ruben Amorim pivot. Because we know what type of physicality you need. You need to be good on the ball. You need to have pace and power. You need to be able to be press resistant. You also, the biggest thing that why I'm actually so pissed off in him playing is that you're not supposed to fucking give the ball away the way that he does. He gives the ball away so much that it causes other teams to be in an attack right away. Who gave the ball away for Spurs? Shout out to M. De Niro, my bro, every single time. Thank you for being in the chat because this is the perfect moment. You were there. Your team won. You saw this game. Who gave the ball away for the goal in the Europa League final? Who? It was him. And what type of pass did he give away? A simple fucking pass. A simple pass. Simple pass that he needed to make to anybody else. The guy loves hoofing the ball anyways. The one moment he decides, I'm not going to hoof. I'm not going to hoof. I'm going to try to play a short fucking pass. It's going to get cut out. And it did get cut out. And then they end up going and scoring. But no, our fan base wants him to play in this position for whatever fucking reason. Do you know how many times he gives the ball away, people? Do you see the type of midfielders that he looks to play, bro? Do you see the type of midfielders that Ruben likes to play in his system? Even just at our club, the guy was trying Casemiro and Ugarte for the longest time. And I didn't want that because I don't see Ugarte being good on the ball at all. And there needs to be some sort of balance. And we want to go ahead and play fucking Bruno there, bro. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. Big up to Roger, who's goated every single time. Sheik, I think he rejected because of his family having doubts staying in Saudi. Yeah, it's because I heard it was because his wife didn't want to move there. And you know what? Fair enough. That's their option, and that's their life and all of those type of things. But this, I think, low-key is on the club as well. Not just on him. He meddled with the idea, bro. If he really wanted to stay, he would not even if he really wanted to stay, he would not even think about it. You're worrying about something that you can't change. I'm merely giving my opinion. Why can't I can't give my opinion on shit? Can I not do that? Weird ass fucking comment, bro. Can I not give my opinion on shit? Worrying about something you can't change. Alright, bro. Alright. Big up Gunna G every single time, bro. Man said Bruno Man like Bruno said no and is staying. LOL, how dare he? That's rude in my opinion. Hey, what is what it is, what it is. 100 millions, he cost you big time already in facts, but y'all blown that. Now I'd be vexed too, bro. It is what it is, man. It is what it fucking is, bro. Genuinely. Sheik, do you think if Saudi club bid straight away, do you think United will reject or they will take? Now I don't know what United would do, to be honest, because I don't know what the fucking y'all be on anyways, bro, most of the time. But all I'm saying is make a bid. If they had made a bid, who knows what we do from there? Who knows what we do from there? Who knows? It will tell you a lot about what this club values him as well. But all I'm saying in terms of this is that this was a very good opportunity for us to rebuild our squad. We could have possibly gone out there and gotten the likes of a Gyökeres. We could have actually gone out in a window where I don't think we can get a top player. I think we could have actually gotten out there and gotten a top player because of the money that we would have. Not because of the pull, not because of Champions League, not playing in Champions League football and all that type of shit. It's simply just because we could have thrown money at people, bro. Thrown money. That's something that we do best, is that we throw money at people. Look at all these contracts that we've just given to some of these scrubs that have been at our club. And now we're regretting it. And now people want to wonder about losses and all these type of things. It's because of all these crazy contracts that we've given to people. But no, we fucked our rebuild. We fucked it. Now we have to wait what, another 2 or 3 years. And by the way, this guy is sitting on 300 fucking K at our club, bro. 300K is what his contract is. So a guy who's on 300K gave the fucking ball away in the Europa League final and we lost. And we could even get back to his other Europa League final, the one against Villarreal. Another one where he did fuck all. Fuck all. I can even go back to the Carabao Cup final. That's another final where he did fuck all. Yes, we ended up winning, but he didn't do shit. There's another final that I can get to, the FA Cup. The FA Cup, slightly, he had a better performance than all the other ones. But that's it. So in all the finals that he's played so far, he's had one good performance in an FA Cup final. That's it. Literally. So I don't know what to tell you, man. I genuinely don't know what to tell you. These guys want to sit here and be like, oh, you're worrying about something you won't change. I can't give my opinion on shit. All right, bro. All right. All fucking right. This club doesn't fail to disappoint me from time and time again, bro. This club genuinely doesn't fail to disappoint me from time to time again. It doesn't, bro. This club, everybody at this fucking club, they do not fail to disappoint me, bro. They really, really don't. They really don't fail to disappoint me. And we're supposed to do a fucking rebuild. We're supposed to do a fucking rebuild. Let me show you guys some of the fucking tweets that I was getting into. Some conversations I was getting into people with like last night. Let me show you guys some shit real quick. Look at this fucking idiot. 1 second. Give me 1 second, people. Big up, shout out my bro, Real King, every single time. Big up Sheik. Everyone has to hold smoke. Ineos, Bruno, majority of this fan base. Bro, don't even get me started, man, King. Don't even get me started, bro. By the way, King, if you need the link, let me know. You're welcome to hop on, bro. You're welcome to join the stream. No problem. Just let me know. Sheik, I think because of Ruben, Bruno stayed. Yeah, because he comes out here and glazes him from left and right. And I've been saying this too, like he's part of the problem as well, bro. Why the fuck are you as a manager banking on a 31-year-old midfielder to save your fucking career, bro? Real King, what are you on? Are you on Twitter or Instagram? Send me a message if you know like my name, and I'll send you a link right now, bro. No problem. I'll send you the link right now. But yeah, why is it that we are banking? Why is it that this manager is banking on a 31 fucking year old midfielder, bro? Why? It doesn't even matter at this point because he's gonna be gone. It doesn't even fucking matter. You can find me on Twitter. My link of Twitter should be in the description, King. And you can find me on Twitter and you can just send me a message there and I'll send it to you there. But yeah, let me show you guys some shit real quick, bro. Some stupidity that I was getting into last fucking night. Exactly. Exactly. He gonna get sacked because of him, bro. He gonna get sacked because of him. 100%. Not just solely because of him before, some keyboard warriors pull up and start chatting absolute shit. Like this guy over here. But yeah, let me show you guys some shit real quick. 1 sec. Let me send this invite out to King. 1 second. Give me 1 second, people. Here we fucking go, man. I'm already pissed already, man. Starting my day off with some bullshit, Sent you the link, King. Pull up, my bro. Pull up. Yeah, I seen it. Appreciate you, dog. Pull up. I sent you the link. All right. So I tweeted yesterday, right when the news broke out. I tweeted saying we're cooked. Simple. Just a simple tweet saying we're cooked. Just giving my opinion, saying we're cooked. My opinion. Then we have this fucking keyboard warrior comes around and says, cooked because our best player stays. Best player. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. So I replied to him. I said, best player can have a 6 out of 10 performance in 2 Europa League finals, but sure, we're going to win the big trophies with this guy at 31. Then he says, all right, I understand. So let's say we sell Bruno. Who are the players you think are better that can replace him and raise us to the next level? Brother, what level are we talking about? We're 15th. What level are we talking about? Shout out to my bro, Real King, every single time. What level are we talking about? What level are you talking? Big up, bro, every single time. What level are we talking about? Who are the players you think that are better that can replace him and raise us to the next level? Brother, we are 15th. Read the fucking room. Read the room. We're not trying to go and challenge for leagues and get top 4 and compete for that type of shit. This is not where we stand. Like, look at the reality, bro. So I told him. I replied to him and said, what level are you thinking about right now, brother? We are 15th in the league. MBUEMO and Cunha, just these 2 players, raise our 44-goal Premier League tally, and they bring our attack to a much better level. Let's start off with that. Let's start off with shit like this. If I could pass you this blunt, I would. Hey, man, it is what it is. Big up Muhammad Jr. 7. Big up every single time. But yeah, this is the type of shit, man. These guys want to sit here and make way and pave way for a 31-year-old midfielder in 2025, who, by the way, if I ask them what his best position is currently in this system, they'll tell me it's a 6 or it's an 8. So elite chance creator Bruno, 31-year-old elite chance creator Bruno Fernandes should be playing in the 6 or should be playing in an 8 in a double pivot. That's what these guys want to tell me. But Real King, shout out to you, bro. I think it's your first time being on the channel. I could be wrong. Maybe this is
Yeah. It's my first time being on this channel. Yeah.
Lovely to have you here, bro. Every single time. We should have brought you on a lot earlier, but it is what it is. Your floor is yours, bro. Give your thoughts about everything, all this type of stuff. Let the chat know.
Like I said on Mandem United, yeah, where I just come off, yeah, like everyone has to hold the smoke. Ineos, Bruno, and this fan base, because the fact is that Bruno was. All these reports were coming out saying Bruno's considering of leaving United and this and that, but then he rejects the offer. Like, bro, if you were really considering the offer. If you were really considering the offer, if you really wanted to stay at this club, why didn't you reject the first offer in the first place?
That's what I said as well. You meddled with the idea. You met with agents. You let your agent go all the way to Saudi Arabia. You asked for more money. And then at the end of the day, you just said, my family doesn't want to go there. That's why I don't want to go there. Simple.
Yep. This man, after the Europa League final came out saying, oh, if the club wants to sell me, because they want to cash in, it is what it is. That's what the man said. That's what the man said, bro. The man said, if the club want to cash in on me, it is what it is. So, so this guy clearly wanted to leave the football club, and then this guy put on his Instagram story saying, I, oh, I tried." Yeah, he put something like, yeah,
Yeah, like people try and fail. Like some paraphrasing, people
yeah,
try and
people try
fail,
and
but at
fail.
least I tried. Some shit like
Yeah,
that. But like at
yeah,
least I
something
tried.
like that.
There are people that don't even
Congratulations.
try. Congratulations, bro. What did you try? Go on and tell me what you tried. What did you try? What are you trying here? I tried and failed. You failed. Simple as. You failed.
You
It's as
failed.
simple as that. The
That's
Instagram
it.
story should have been I failed. That's it. I
That's
failed.
it. That's it. And the fact is that Ineos didn't, bro. The fact is Ineos put all the power to him, bro. The fact is Ineos didn't say anything about it, and the fact is Ineos let Bruno make the decision himself, bro. When freaking Sir Jim Ratcliffe has been doing interviews, yeah, saying that how bad we are financially and this and that, like, and he allows Bruno to make a decision, like when he should be stepping in. What's going on, bro? What's
This is the
going
shit
on?
he put. This
This
is
is
the
it.
shit he put. If you tried and failed, congratulations. There are people who don't even try. Like this is the energy that we're getting from our so-called best player, you know.
Yep.
So-called
Yep.
best player. Like
I said it before, bro. I said it before. I listed a whole heap of games, bro. Bro, because this fan base want to be talking about Bruno's our best player. He's a Man United legend. He's Ballon d'Or worthy. He should be in a candidate for Ballon d'Or. Did all of these things if he was at Barcelona, Real Madrid, if he was at one of those teams, he would have won the Ballon d'Or. I've heard a whole heap of crap, bro, from this fan base, yeah? Yeah. Where was Bruno Fernandes in the 1920 season in the semi-final against Chelsea in the FA Cup where we lost 3-1? Where was he in that final? Nowhere to be seen. Where was he in the final against Man City when we lost when we lost 2-1? After the penalty against Man City, what did he do in that game? Absolutely zero. What did he do in the two Europa League finals? Villarreal, yeah. Villarreal and Tottenham. What did he do in those finals? What did
fuck all, bro.
what did this guy do? Absolutely zero. What did this guy do in the Carabao Cup quarter final? The Carabao Cup quarter final. Guess who we played, people? Spurs. And guess what? Spurs beat us 4-3. Where was he in that game? Where was he in that game? Because I didn't even see him in that game. So this guy's been missing big games. Where was he in the group stages where we needed him, where we finished bottom of the Champions League group? Where was he there? Where was he when we finished bottom to Copenhagen and Galatasaray? Where was he there? Nowhere to be seen. We've seen this guy miss big games after big games. And the fact is, majority of this fan base have criticized people like me and Sheik and Flawless and Kadeki for criticizing this guy. We've been criticized, yeah, because all the Bruno fans say, oh, why are you scapegoating one guy? Why is Bruno always the scapegoat? Why is Bruno always the scapegoat? Bruno's not the scapegoat, yeah. The reason why we criticize Bruno a lot is because he's the captain of Manchester United, and because you guys put him on a pedestal. You guys put him on a pedestal. You guys say that he's a legend and he's Ballon d'Or worthy. And if he played for a
Ballon d'Or worthy, man.
Yeah, bro, Sheik, man was saying if Bruno played for Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, any other big club, he would have won the Ballon d'Or. That's what people have been saying, Sheik. That's what them man have been saying, Sheik.
Yeah,
That's
our
what
fan base is fucking tapped, bro. They're all like stupid as
that's
shit.
what
Like
they've been
genuinely.
saying, Sheik. Like, this is
They're
what I'm trying to
hailing
say.
like we've seen legends at our club. Let me real quick get to this
Yeah.
RSM's comment as well. Big up to RSM. Make sure you guys go check out his channel too. Go subscribe to RSM every single time. As a rival, I'm happy as fuck that Bruno didn't go. Look, this should tell you. You have to just read the first comment. I don't even have to get through the rest of what he said. You could just read the first comment. As a rival, I'm happy as fuck that Bruno didn't go. He fucked y'all over with the rebuild. Now you have no money to rebuild the midfield because Saudi was giving 120 million was a get out of jail free card. This itself should just tell you.
Yeah. It's not just the transfer fee, it's also the wages. We would have saved, because his contract don't run out to 2027. Bruno's on 15 mil a year, bro. 15 mil a year at Manchester United. We would have saved 30 mil if we would have got rid of him, plus the 100 million, plus the 30 mil off wages. We would have got 130 mil, bro, altogether, basically, bro. Because bro, he's getting paid 30 mil in wages. Like right now, he's getting paid 30 mil in wages, bro. We would have saved, and people got to remember, yeah, we signed him for 47 million, bro. The amount of profit, bro. You know what I'm saying? The amount of profit that we would have got for him, bro. And now, instead of signing two midfielders, yeah, two proper midfielders, what are we going to do now? What, get one midfielder on loan, or getting one midfielder? That's what we're going to end up doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to bring in two midfielders now, not two proper ones. Like, this is an absolute disgrace, bro. And the fact is, Ruben Amorim, you've seen this guy play crap week in and week out, bro. Week in and week out. You've seen this guy, yeah. Bro, you've seen this guy captain you to your worst ever position as a manager and worst ever finish as a team. And you want to keep this man. You say that we need more people like Bruno in the team. When the man's freaking screaming and shouting at freaking referees, and when things don't go his way, he never takes no accountability on himself. He always blames everyone else, but himself. Like it's an absolute disgrace, bro. And Ineos have fucked it. Like Dave messed up, bro. Like this is a chance in a lifetime, bro. This was one chance in a lifetime, bro. You could have made us, bro. Imagine the shockwaves, bro. Imagine if we got rid of Bruno. Imagine the shockwaves around world football, bro. Imagine Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, and all the other teams reacting like, oh, imagine of all the other teams reacting, Sheik. Imagine that. Imagine the reaction. Oh, Manchester United might be serious because we got rid of Bruno. They got rid of Bruno. Wow, that's a big statement. Like, bro, like,
Look at this
like
shit.
this is what I'm saying.
This is what people are fucking tweeting, you know. 30 years old being offered 700K a week Saudi deal, but he's rejected it to stay at shite Man United, who finished 15th and lost the Europa League final. And gentle reminder that he also rejected them last summer. Absolute fucking bollocks.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes is already a Manchester United legend in my eyes. Very few players will do this. He loves Man United so much, man. Oh my God, he loves him so much. Loyalty, this and that. Loyalty doesn't mean shit. Let me tell you this. Loyalty doesn't mean shit. It has nothing to do with on-field performances. It has nothing to do with the situation that we're in. Loyalty doesn't mean anything. Let me tell you this. Me and King are bigger fans of Manchester United Football Club than he will ever be. We should play. Why don't I play? Why doesn't King play? Why doesn't Flawless play? Why doesn't any of these guys play? We love the club. I love the club so much. I sit here week in, week out talking about this club. I watch every single game. I've watched 2 seasons of us. We both, all of us, the names that I've just mentioned, we've all watched 2 years of us constantly regress. But we showed up to every single watch along. We did every single match reaction.
Yes.
No matter if Højlund went 0-20, Garnacho went 0-20, we were there every single time. When Ronaldo left, when the great players left from our club, Beckham, Ronaldo, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Roy Keane, when they all left, we didn't go with them. We stayed. We stayed. And we always stay. But people want to sit here and talk about he's already a Man United legend in my eyes. By the way, not because of how he performs, not because of what he's won, not because of his stats or anything, just simply based off of the fact that he rejected money. That's it. So he's a club legend because he rejected a crazy deal. He's a club legend because he rejected a possible rebuild. Nowhere in that tweet, I still have it up, nowhere in that tweet has this person talked about our rebuild, talked about how much money we need, talked about how we could have used that money to rebuild our squad. They'd rather keep him. Bro, our fan base is so tapped. Bruno Fernandes can turn 40, and they would still say that there's a player in there.
Yes.
He would turn 40, and they would still tell you and gaslight you and tell you that there's still a player there at 40 years old.
Yep.
Making way for him from time and time again. We still need to build a team around him, all that type of shit. I once again ask, if anybody's going to watch this back, cool. I once again ask you a simple question. If we go out and sign midfielders, let's hypothetically say we go out and sign 2 pivot midfielders. Let's just say we sign 1 pivot midfielder. Where does Bruno play? Where does he play? What is his out and out right position for him to play? And don't sit here and tell me he plays in a 6, because you are the same fucking people who call him this elite cam, chance creator, this and that. He ain't going to create no chances in the 6 or in the 8, bro. He's not going to do none of that shit. Wake the fuck up. Wake up. If we go out and sign midfielders, where is his spot? If I were to construct this team right now, Cunha plays on the left. A striker comes in, he plays as a striker. Or I'll even say with who we have. Cunha plays on the left. Xerxes plays through the middle. On the right plays MBUEMO. Right wing back plays Ahmad. Pivot, whoever we do play, if we sign that midfielder, we play in the pivot. Where does Bruno play? Where? So we have to try to forcefully put a 31-year-old midfielder in this squad just because he's loyal. Fuck your loyalty, bro. Fuck your loyalty. Genuinely. I don't care if players are loyal. I'll tell you what loyalty is. Let me tell you what loyalty is. Guys like Wayne Rooney, that is loyalty.
Yes.
Why are they loyal? Because they actually won shit when they were here. They stayed at this club. There were times where Rooney wanted to leave. It's not like a situation where Rooney's safe either. There were times where Rooney wanted to leave. Rooney was close to leaving 2 times in his Manchester United career. He had a fallout with Sir Alex Ferguson. He was literally on the verge to go to Chelsea. Literally. I remember this. This was probably the 2009-10 season, right before the 10-11 season where we lifted the league title. He was on the verge of leaving. He ended up scoring. He ended up being our top goal scorer at the club. And the year after, he won us a league title. Shit like that is what you call loyalty. That is loyalty.
Yep.
Ryan Giggs is loyalty. Ryan Giggs stayed at our club until he was damn near 40. And he was still winning league titles. That's loyalty. Loyalty is something that you look at in terms of, you don't just look at it and be like, oh, he rejected money and that's why he's staying there. Fuck all that shit, bro. Genuinely fuck all that shit. You have to be some sort of caliber of player as well for you to be like, okay, I'm rejecting this because I can see a turnaround. I can see us being better. What does he think? The tweet that Fabrizio dropped, he said that he wants to play at the top level in Europe. Let me be so honest to you, Bruno Fernandes. We ain't going to the Champions League in the next 2 years. We're not. We ain't going to the Champions League in the next 2 years. And let me also give you another reality check. Nobody in Europe wants you. Nobody in Europe wants you. It's the same situation with Cristiano Ronaldo. And let me make myself clear. I love Cristiano Ronaldo. I love the shit that he's done for our club. Never going to change. Nothing is going to change any of those things for me. Cristiano Ronaldo will forever be a legend at our football club because he's earned it. He's done things in terms of why he should be called a legend. But when he went and did that interview and, threw our club under the bus just because he wanted to leave, after that, who came in for Cristiano Ronaldo? Did any European club come in for Cristiano Ronaldo? He was going out himself and offering himself to clubs, and they were rejecting him. I remember he was linked to Chelsea. Chelsea rejected him. I remember there were links to Bayern. Bayern rejected him. And look where he ended up. Look where he ended up. Very similar situation like this, actually. He also went to a Saudi club himself because nobody else wanted him. So these guys are just straight up delusional when it comes to shit like this, bro. He says I can still play at a top level in Europe. All right, so now you're going to play 1 game a week at a 15th place Manchester United squad.
Yeah.
You want to call this top level? All right, man.
Yeah, we don't even play in Europe. This guy's talking about I want to play in Europe. We don't even play in Europe.
We don't even play in Europe.
We don't even play in Europe, bro.
We're not even worthy to play in the Conference League.
A whole heap of waffle, man. Like, bro, like this is what I'm saying. We've had Ryan Giggs, Wayne Rooney, Paul Scholes, Michael Carrick, and these men really want to say that Bruno Fernandes is a legend. When we've had players like that, bro. When we've had players like Carrick, Scholes, Rooney, and freaking Giggs, bro. Like, bro, you're having a laugh, bro. You must be having a laugh, bro. And like this manager, yeah, bro. The fact is that this manager said that we need more players like Bruno. When you've seen him coach, when you've seen him get you to the worst possible finish, bro, in your career, 15th, and you still want to keep this guy because you like him, bro. This is what I mean. I said it on Flawless channel today, yeah. This guy is going to try and shoehorn this guy. This guy gonna try, bro. This guy will probably play Bruno as a false 9 or play Bruno in the 10 and play Cunha as a false 9 or something, bro. Or he would play like Cunha in a pivot or do something stupid like that, bro. Like this is what I'm saying, man.
You'll play Cunha in a pivot, put Mount up on that left hand, put MBUEMO as like wing back, fucking bench Amac for whatever reason. Like he's just gonna do some foolish shit like that, man. Just so that he can pave way for Bruno Fernandes in the squad.
Yep.
This is what I'm trying to tell y'all, people, man. Big up to my guy Ibu, by the way. Big up to you, Ibu, every single time, bro. Big up. But yeah, bro, it's like like last couple things me and King will say on this whole Bruno Fernandes thing before we get to the MBUEMO and Sancho news real quick. Listen, guys, we're cooked, bro. I tweeted this yesterday. We're cooked. Don't expect us to do nothing next season, bro. Don't expect us to do nothing next season. This was an opportunity for us to rebuild, and we fucked it. We fucked it, bro.
Yep.
We've absolutely fucked it. And these guys should be fucking ashamed of themselves, bro. All of them. Bruno Fernandes, our club, all of you men should be fucking ashamed of yourselves, bro.
And the fact is, one of our targets that they are freaking looking at now, Al Hilal, the same team that Bruno could have gone to, by the way. It seems like freaking Edison, one of our targets, are going to go to Al Hilal, bro. You get me, bro? So that's one of our targets already, bro. You get me, bro? Like, bro, Al Hilal, if they didn't get Bruno, their next option was Edison, bro. And it seems like they're going to get Edison, bro. You get it? So the man have already pointed Inzaghi as a manager, bro. And they're going to get one of our targets that we wanted, bro. We're not going to get in 2 midfielders. Yes, we might bring in a striker and possibly a goalkeeper. But the midfield has always been a problem at Manchester United. That midfield pivot, and that has always been the problem with this club, bro. And simpler, we haven't addressed the midfield, bro. We are doing the same thing. When last season, when I was shouting last summer, I was shouting for Sander Berg last summer. We didn't get him. We allowed Sander Berg, who was worth 20 million at Burnley, we allowed him to go to Fulham. I said we should have got Sander Berg, and we didn't. And this is the same, and Ineos are going to make the same mistake again of only bringing in 1 midfielder when we should have brought in 2 quality midfielders in. That's what they're going to do because of the Bruno sale, because they didn't sell Bruno. Like, it's absolute disgrace, bro.
Absolutely disgraceful, man. I don't understand how this club runs, how they work, what the fuck they are thinking about, like what their priorities are. I don't get it, bro. We're going to go through another season, though. Like I said, we're going to go through another season where people are going to sit and complain. These same people who want Bruno to stay are now going to sit and complain that we don't spend money and that we don't have money. These same people are going to sit here and try to tell me that, oh, our club doesn't spend money and we don't do this. Why? Why do you think we don't? Because we don't fucking make smart decisions, bro. And this is not even a smart decision. This is just a basic, common fucking sense decision. No one... Do you see anyone out here paying 100 million for Kevin De Bruyne? They're both around the same age. They both are in the same period of their career. Do you see anyone coming out here saying they want to pay 100 million for Kevin De Bruyne? And guess what? I'm pretty sure if someone did come out and want to say that they want to pay 100 million, they'd probably sell him to that team because Man City could use that money.
Yes.
Even though they have money, they could still use that money. Who would not want to use 100 million? What?
Them
It's
man are putting
absolutely
Bruno
crazy.
before them man are putting Bruno before the football club, bro. That says it all, bro. Them man are putting Bruno before the football club. That says it all. That's what that says it. That says it all right there. Bruno Fernandes, they put Bruno Fernandes above the football club. That just says it all with the problem with Man United. Like, bro, that everyone wants to talk about how great of a leader he is. Yeah, when things don't go his way, yeah, he starts shouting at people. When he misplaces passes, yeah, he starts shouting at other people, bro, and blames other people, but he don't blame himself, bro. This guy's never been a leader for Man United. This guy will never be a legend at Man United. Because the reality is he's too hot-headed, bro. Even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I remember, said that on the overlap. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who we ridiculed, even said it. The reason why he didn't put Bruno Fernandes as the captain, he said it on the overlap with Gary Neville and them, man. He said the reason why we didn't put Bruno Fernandes as a captain for Manchester United is because he's too emotional, he's too erratic. That's what Ollie said himself. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Bro, if we sold Bruno, we could have been competing for Europe. We could have been competing for Europe. But the reality is now we're not going to compete for Europe now because we haven't sold him, bro. With all that money, bro. Like it's a joke, man. It's a joke, innit? So
Yeah, and these people now they're gonna try to tell me that we don't spend money and all that type of shit. Why the fuck do you think we don't, man? Why do you think we don't have money when it comes to shit like this? Because we make
yeah,
stupid fucking decisions. That's why. But yeah, I mean, these are our thoughts on Bruno. I don't know if we've made it clear or not, but I can't even say get this guy gone anymore because he's here, bro. He ain't going nowhere. He's gonna be
nope.
here this next season. I don't see any type of avenue. Part of me, and sometimes in situations like, okay, what is this other ideal scenario where maybe some club can come in for him? Maybe some other club can be like, oh, we wanna sign Bruno Fernandes. No one is gonna come, bro. Let me just tell you this, people in the chat. No one is gonna come to try to sign Bruno Fernandes, and I'll tell you why. It's because he's a shit fucking player. As simple as that. No one's gonna come in and try to pay a stupid amount of money for Bruno Fernandes because he's simply a shit fucking player. As simple as that. He hasn't been good enough for Manchester United Football Club. It's crazy that the guys like him wear the shirt and represent our shirt every single day. It's crazy. But it is what it is. Moving on. A couple of other things that we did obviously here yesterday. The first thing that we're going to get to is the MBUEMO news. So obviously this was honestly, I'm not going to lie, it was a little bit of a surprise to me because a couple of clubs that were in for him, the likes of apparently Arsenal, Tottenham, Newcastle. These are three clubs that I've just mentioned that have Champions League football going into next season. But we've heard that Bruno. This guy's like stuck on my mind, bro. Brian MBUEMO decides he wants to join Manchester United. And Manchester United are now expected to open talks with Brentford in a bid to sign the 25-year-old forward this summer. Likes of Arsenal, Newcastle, Tottenham, all interested, but Cameroon International favors Old Trafford if deal is agreed. Your thoughts on this, Real King?
Yeah. Like I said, yeah, I think it's obviously we've criticized Ineos a lot, but one thing that they have done is the recruitment. The recruitment of players and profiles have been good, and yes, and Burmo's another one. You know, like you know, he's direct. Obviously, he's direct. He's got pace. He's very direct, and he's got a good level of technical ability. He's good at cutting inside.
Yeah.
Left foot, right foot. He can cross. Yeah, like he's just a good all round Premier League player, and for 50 to 60 million pounds for a player like that who is 26, like you don't see many players at that price. And you, nowadays in football, like you don't see really players like Mbeumo going for 50, 60 million. You don't really you rarely see it in football now. A lot of players go for 109 to 80 million pounds, but
Yeah.
Mbeumo for 50 to Mbeumo to 50 to 60 million pounds is a good is a very good is a very good signing, and
Yeah.
obviously
100%.
obviously he wants United, and obviously with him and Cunha, like that's a massive upgrade on Garnacho, on Garnacho, and
Ireland too, like as
and Hoyland and that.
And Mbeumo could play as like a striker too. There's been times where he has pretty much played as a
Yeah,
striker for Brentford. Now, I'm not saying like he should just be like our only striking option. Like 100% we should try to go out there and get strikers, because right now we've built from this front three, we found the two pieces in it. We just need that final piece of a striker, and I think our attack is at a much better level, just like King was mentioning. But it's also
yeah,
simply just the fact that just look at his numbers, people. Like last year, I think 38 matches played, he had 20 goals and 6 assists. 20 goals and 6 assists. And
yeah,
I think maybe this is all comps. I don't think this is just a Prem, but I think maybe this is all comps. But 38 matches played, 20 goals and 6 assists. You bring that GNA to Manchester United. By the way, Cunha, I think, had somewhere around maybe 15 or 16. I could be wrong. We as a
yeah,
team scored 44 goals last year. But these two guys have already pretty much reached around the 30 mark. And that's just two of them. So it's like it's a no-brainer. Like these guys would definitely raise up our attack. Just like King mentioned, our attack is absolute fucking wank at this moment, and
yeah.
these guys bring it up to a much higher level, much higher level. We need midfielders. We need everything. Ibu, we need everything, bro. We need everything.
Everything.
We need everything, bro. Genuinely, we need everything. But I think I have to, like King said, even though I criticize Ineos, I criticize Ineos quite a lot, to be honest. But I have to give them credit in this because one, I didn't think we could get caliber players of like these two players that we're going for. Cunha already has come through, but in Buemo, I did not think we would go out and sign players like this right after, the season that we've had. But also, I didn't think it would be this quick. I genuinely didn't think it would be this quick. Like by mid January, we've basically brought in two, I think, quality attackers into the club. And it's June 3rd today. Like it's June 3rd today, and we're already being linked to two pretty decent and quality attackers, right? And
Yeah,
same thing. Would have been so nice if we, were resetting everything at our club. This is me going back into the Bruno Fernandes talk. But yeah, it's just like to talk about this. Listen, 50 million. The fact that he's said no to European football, because a lot of the times European football is one of the reasons why players do join clubs. Ruben
yeah,
Amorim, our manager, said it himself that he doesn't want players to come here who just want to come here for European football. But I think this is the great example of what he was trying to say in terms of this guy has basically rejected three clubs that were offering him Champions League football to come to play at Old Trafford. So maybe that, that Manchester United name, which I thought was gone, is still kind of there. Like the guy just wanted to come and play for Manchester United and represent our shirt. Now, we still have a lot of job to do in terms of still building out that the rest of the attack and like the midfield that we were talking about. But I'm just thinking of Amad Diallo playing as a right wing back. If Mbuemo ever gets hurt, then we can just put Amad Diallo on that right 10 and play
yeah,
whoever as that right wing back. Gives us so many options on that right hand side. Gives us so many options in just terms of our attack. It definitely boosts it so much. And I'm looking forward to the link up of Mbuemo and Amad Diallo. I think they're going to absolutely cook.
yes,
The two players who are very good technically. I think they have great IQ in the game as well. I think they would build a lot of chemistry as well together. So it's going to be very nice to see that right hand side and what they're able to cook. But again, we still have a lot of work to do. This deal is not done yet either. It's not like one of those things where this deal is done. We still have to get this deal over the line. It looks very likely though that it's going to be over the line because he's giving priority to us basically. But I can't complain at all, man. Like I can't
yeah,
complain at all. I think Brian Mbeumo is a quality player. He's shown it in the Premier League. Hobbs and Shaw, like Mons likes to say, he was playing out there
mhm,
with Wisa at Brentford, and look at how their partnership was. And I've been saying this too, like I would be okay with us going out there and getting someone like two players, two strikers. I would be okay with us going out there and getting someone like a Mitrovic and a Mateta, because look at the players that we're putting around these guys. All they would have to do is
yeah,
finish chances, and that's something that they do. People forget Mitrovic had 15 Premier League goals the last time he was in the Premier League. I think this was 2 years ago. Ten Hag's first season was the last time he was in the Premier League. He had 15 Premier League goals at Fulham, like 30-year-old Mitrovic. And again, it's like I'm not saying that we're not in a situation technically to go out and get the top players, because look at where we are, right? We don't even have European football, all these type of things. But can Mitrovic and a Mateta come into our team and still raise the level of attack? Yes, because they're both better than Hoyland, and they both would give us a lot more than what Hoyland gives us.
Yeah.
And now and on top of that, we're actually putting quality players around them too. So it's one of those type of things where like this will help us. This will help our attack out a lot. Like, I expect us to score a lot more goals next season. I expect us to be in create a lot more chances up front, and we see where we go from there. But yeah, Brian and Bemo, I'm happy about it. I would be lying to you if I was saying that I'm not happy about this deal. I'm happy about it. 50 million is not quite a lot, to be honest, in this market for someone like him. I technically think he's probably around maybe 60 to 65 million mark, just based off of his goal output in the Premier League. Like, his GNA will probably give him that price tag. But 50 million, if that's what we get him over the line for, maybe he can even go to Brentford, and maybe we can get a deal struck even maybe less than that, just because he wants to leave. So it's one of those type of things where credit to Ineos, credit on how quick they've done it, credit on how swift they've done it too. But we still have a lot of work to do, and you still have to get rid of players too. Like, Hoyland's been linked to Inter. I think that's a very concrete interest as well. Inter are fucking stupid. This is what I'll tell you, but it is what it is. Hey, I don't complain. That's your problem. But yeah, Inter have been linked to Hoyland. Garnacho looks like he's pretty much going to be gone from the club with just the shit that he'd be saying and that little fallout that he had with the manager. A lot of other players too. Onana, I'm hearing, is also someone who's being looked to be sold. And yeah, we have a lot of work to do. Hopefully, I mean, like King said, I completely agree with him. I don't think we go and sign midfielders now because Bruno is staying, and they're gonna try to put him in this midfield. But go out there and try to get at least one midfielder if you can. Get a striker, because that's important. Get two strikers if you can. Don't have to go out there and get the best of the best. But if we go out there and see what's up there with Gyökeres. And there's another thing that I actually heard from The Athletic, I think, where they were basically talking about they're going to do a reevaluation on what's his name, Osimhen. That United are looking to do kind of like a reevaluation on Osimhen. So maybe they do, delve into talks with Osimhen too. And I mean, look, Gyökeres or Osimhen, it's a no-brainer. I would take them at their club. I would have taken them at our club yesterday. These guys are guys who score goals for fun. So, and that's what we need. We need guys who score goals for fun, because we don't score goals for fun. We score 44 goals in a season. That's what we do. So, Mbuemo, bring, no problem at all. Like, bring. Cunha obviously is already at our club. Those two just itself raise our attack like to a much higher level than what we see right now. But we still have a lot of work to do, and we'll get to that. So, speaking of players that we do also need to get rid of, the last thing that we'll discuss today, he's on the thumbnail. Man like Jadon Sancho looks like he is returning to Manchester United, because Chelsea have decided to not keep him. They could not come to an agreement with his wages. So it looks like he's going to be returning to the club. When I say returning to the club, I just mean that he's coming back here, and we're going to still look to sell him. I don't think he wants to play here because of some of the things that he said after he left Man United, the whole freedom thing, all that type of stuff. I also think that I don't think even though I personally, like, a player like him would fit a Ruben Amorim system, I just don't maybe think Ruben Amorim rates him. And that's probably why we're going to be looking to move him on. But this is the tweet that we got from David Ornstein about Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho leaving Chelsea when contract ends on June 30th after agreement could not be reached over personal terms for loan to turn permanent. Chelsea will pay $5 million penalty to Manchester United, 25-year-old, to explore options in England, Europe for next move. So one thing I just want to discuss about Jadon Sancho is, look, like, I understood the saga that he had with Ten Hag, because Ten Hag was wrong for all of that type of shit. But then let's forget about all these things off the field, and let's just kind of be realistic about his time in the Premier League. It's not been the best, to be honest. It's not really been the best. And I think the best situation for him currently at this moment, not even like speaking money-wise or whatever, best situation for him is to go away from England. You can go into a different league. You've shown that in two different spells you fit. You can play in Dortmund. You can play in that German league. I'm sure you can go and play in, you know, the Spanish league. A scrub like Anthony can go and shine there. I'm sure you could. You can go play in Syria. There are so many options, and you still have a lot of time in your career left, Jadon Sancho. So it's like, I think maybe a bit. I've been saying this for a while too. I think maybe going away from England should and maybe is your best option, because it just hasn't worked out here in the Premier League. And don't waste your time. Like, genuinely, don't waste your time. You still have a lot of your career to play for. You still have a lot of. I'm just looking up how old he is real quick. He's 25. He still hasn't hit his footballing prime years yet. He still hasn't. So in terms of us, if I'm speaking just about Man United, um, I mean, we need the money again. We need money to get players in. We need money. We need, you know, sales, all these type of things. I think he could possibly go for 30 to 40 million, just based off of this market and based off of his time right now. I mean, Rashford is someone who's going for 40 million. He's around 26 to 27 years old, I believe. So Jadon Sancho could definitely go for around that price tag. People would even argue more, and I wouldn't argue against it. But I think he could easily go for 30 to 40. Again, it's one of those type of things where we're not worried about getting a loss or a profit on this guy. We've been taking losses on majority of our players. So it's the whole losses thing is just out of the question. But he's going to be moved on. He's another player who's going to be sold. And I wish him the best, man. I genuinely do. I have no hate against this guy. There are a lot of people who, you know, hated him for that whole situation that he had with Ten Hag. I still stand by this day and say that I don't think he was wrong in whatever he said. He was definitely being scapegoated. I mean, if a manager is coming out after a loss to Arsenal, which, by the way, Ten Hag bottled that loss. It was 1-1 in like the 90th minute, and Declan Rice scored, and then Gabriel Jesus scores, and they make it 3-1. So he absolutely fucking bottled it in that game. If a manager is coming out and scapegoating you when you were not even part of the squad, when they don't even ask you a question on that and you're just speaking about them, that tells a lot about just the whole situation. And he had every right to go on social media and respond to Ten Hag the way that he did. And people want to say freedom, all that type of stuff. Cool, that's your opinion. I'm not even going to argue against it. You can have your opinion, but I wish him the best. I still I still know that he can still have a, you know, good quality career somewhere else in a different country, in a different league. And just leave it at that. Chapter is closed for Jadon Sancho over here at Manchester United. It was closed a long time ago, but I think he should close the chapter in the Premier League as well. It's just sometimes you have to sit back and look at things and assess things and just be like, listen, it just didn't work out. And it's as simple as that. And agree to disagree, or agree to and just acknowledge. But stage 5 is acceptance. And I think he has to be at this stage where he just needs to accept that maybe, you know, don't waste your career. That's basically what I would try to say. Don't waste your career. You still have a lot to play for, and you can go to a different league and still thrive there. So that's what I would say. Your thoughts, King, before we do close out on this whole Jadon Sancho thing?
Yeah, like I've always said, yeah, I haven't got any bad blood with Jadon Sancho at all. I don't have any bad blood. Like, he had every right to respond to Ten Hag the way that Ten Hag, threw him under the bus was an absolute disgrace. I think Jadon Sancho again is like one of these players where we don't is being a recruitment problem at Manchester United. Like Jadon Sancho is never been a quality thing with Sancho, because obviously I've seen in previous seasons, I've seen Sancho create quite a lot of chances for United, but a lot of people don't speak about it, because people obviously speak about Bruno chance creation, but Jadon Sancho at his time at Manchester United, when he was playing, he created the second most chances. People want to speak about Bruno creating the first amount of chances. Well, Jadon Sancho created the second most amount of chances, but people don't speak about it. But
100%, yeah.
But people don't speak about it. And what I mean by the recruitment issue is that we brought in players like Pogba, Di Maria, obviously Alexis Sanchez, and we haven't had a plan for them. We haven't had a plan on how to use them. And it's the same thing with Jadon Sancho and Anthony at a certain extent. We brought these players in and we didn't have a plan. we brought in, for example, we brought in Anthony because we thought he was going to play possession-based football under Ten Hag. But Anthony came in, and you were playing transition football. And this is the thing. We brought in Jadon Sancho because Jadon Sancho must have thought we're going to play possession-based football. Jadon Sancho must have thought that we are going to play him in the 10. That's his position, by the way, not a touchline winger. His best position is a 10 because he drifts. You know what I mean? He drifts. His best position is a 10. And Jadon and the best thing to get out of Jadon Sancho is you have to give him freedom to do whatever he wants. Like what we do with Bruno right now. Like, we shouldn't be giving Bruno all the freedom. We should have been given all the freedom to Jadon Sancho, the freedom that we have given Bruno, but that hasn't been the case. So
people are talking about the wrong freedom, man. People are talking about the wrong freedom, man.
The wrong freedom, and obviously and the way that I see United fans criticize him, saying, "Oh, he's on 300k." He's not on 300k. He's on 250, bro. Like, get it right, bro. Let's stop the 300k nonsense. He's not on 300k. He's on 250. Let's stop that first of all.
I think there's also like a thing where if we don't qualify for Champions League and stuff like that, that their wages are actually a little bit lower than the 250k.
Yeah, and the thing is, like you said right there, I think Sancho's a very good player, but I don't see Amorim playing him because we've already seen Amorim. That's why we've already seen Amorim frozen out players like Kobe Mainoo and Xerxes. We've seen this manager froze out players like Kobe Mainoo and Xerxes because they don't run as so much as Bruno and Garnacho. Like Ruben Amorim just wants pace and power with a little bit of tech. That's it. He just wants players. Ruben Amorim just wants players what are athletic. He doesn't really care about players having technical ability. He just wants players that have pace and power. And Jadon Sancho's not going to suit that. And the reality is he's not happy at United, and rightly so, because like you said, he's been a scapegoat for this fan base like other players have. And the reality is that obviously when I heard about the news, like about him and Chelsea not coming to an agreement, because at Chelsea he was on 100k at Chelsea. At Chelsea he took a 150 pay cut to go to Chelsea. To go to Chelsea. And apparently this is what I've just heard. Apparently what I heard was because obviously Chelsea's got the structure. They're trying to do the structure thing where they don't give a lot of players
cut wages and all that type of stuff.
They cut wages and all of that. Like apparently Jadon Sancho and his agents wanted 200k, and apparently Chelsea wanted to only offer him 140. That's why they didn't come to an agreement. That's what I've heard. But to me that's confusing because to me when he went on loan to Dortmund, he took 183k pay cut because at Dortmund he was on 67k. He was on Dortmund. He was on 67k at Dortmund on his loan. And on his loan at Chelsea, he was on 100k. So this guy has already taken two huge, massive pay cuts, to move. So I don't think. So by that evidence, I don't think it's a money thing for Sancho. Because if it was a money thing for Sancho, he would have just stayed at Manchester United. He would have just stayed on the wages that he was already on.
Yeah, I think it's just Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea were the ones who didn't want to, keep him or give him whatever wages and stuff like that. Maybe it's because they're trying to go and get quote unquote, I guess, better players. Like we've heard them being linked with Rodrigo, the likes of Rodrigo, Ekitike. Ekitike is going to be expensive. Like Look at just the price tag that Frankfurt are putting on him, and all these other signings that they're looking to get. It's as simple as this. Maybe he just he wasn't high on their priority list, and it's just sometimes as
Yeah,
simple as that. And they want to go out
that's
and
it.
get someone better. And that's
Yeah,
really it. There's nothing wrong with
that's it.
it.
Yeah, because like obviously he at the start of the season he had a very good spell at the start of the season. He was playing very well at the start of the season. And then at the middle of the season, he had a bit of a blip. And then the past few games at the end, like he's played very well. So he's been decent at Chelsea, but obviously Chelsea don't see decent. Chelsea don't see like 200k or 150k whatever as decent. So
Yeah,
like that's why they've probably not come to agreement on that.
yeah.
But yeah,
I agree.
I have nothing bad blood about Sancho. Like we've
I
we've
wish him the best.
mistreated
Yeah, I wish.
like we've mistreated them. I've seen it happen with so many times with Di Maria, Pogba, Mkhitaryan, all of these players that we brought in the past, and we haven't had a clue how to use them. How does the player fit the system? We haven't found a system for these players, bro.
No,
And
but our fan base knows how we should build around Bruno Fernandes, though. They know how we should build around him.
yeah,
They all of a sudden know how we should build around a player like this. So
yeah.
I mean, I don't
So
know what to say, man. But we
like,
just got some comments real quick. We'll get to these comments, and then I
yeah,
gotta close out. But apparently, Bruno Fernandes has talked about this whole thing. So Bruno Fernandes on his future and turning down Al Hilal. So he said there was an opportunity. The president called me and asked if I wanted to go there. They were waiting for me. I spoke to the coach Amram. He asked me not to go. Manchester United didn't want to sell me. They don't need the money. If I wanted to leave, they would have made it happen. Al Hilal were very kind. They spoke to my agent, then I spoke to my wife. She asked, "What do you want to do?" She always supports my decisions. It would have been easy to move there. I know the Portuguese players there very well, but I want to play at the highest level and compete for major titles. The key word: compete for major titles. I can do that, and I still want to. I'm very passionate about football. Mind you, he didn't say I'm very passionate about Manchester United. He said I'm very passionate about football. Bruno Fernandes on Manchester United season. Our season was very tough. We weren't able to achieve our goals. That's a negative. I love being here with the national team now. I'm always happy here. I hope we can reach the final.
wow.
Nothing but a whole lot of fucking waffle. That's all I'm
A
gonna say.
whole lot, a
Lot
whole
of
leap of
fucking
shit,
waffle. A
a
whole
whole
leap
leap of shit,
of
shit.
waffle. Yeah, man, just a whole leap of waffle. You know what the funniest thing is? You know why he's saying all this? He's speaking directly to these Bruno fucking backers, bro, and they're going to lap
Yeah,
this up. And we just heard it. I just posted a tweet a little while ago where someone was like, loyalty, this and that. They're gonna read all these quotes and be like, oh, he loves our club so much. Look at him. He rejected generational money and this
man
and
said I
that.
spoke to Amarim, bro. Man said I spoke to
I
Amarim, and
spoke to
Amarim wants to
Amarim.
kill me.
Oh my goodness, man. Fucking hell. Genuinely. I don't even know what to say about this anymore.
Yeah,
But
apparently, yeah. Apparently, I heard Flawless say about the United today. Apparently, Amarim wants the main. Amarim wants to build a team around Bruno. Basically, he's the main component for Man United to build a team around. Bruno's the main component for him to build his team around him.
yeah.
Like this is
Look, man, hey, King, look, this manager gonna get sacked on these decisions, bro. So it is what it is. It's not like I don't want him here anyways, to be honest, because of shit like this. But yeah, he's gonna get sacked because of all of this stuff. Like Ruben Amorim actually could have used this money to rebuild a squad for himself, but no, he
yeah,
decided to still give a 31-year-old midfielder and all that type of stuff.
it's crazy.
Crazy, man. I don't even know what to say, to be honest, like that. So again, we're screwed, guys.
Yeah, we're screwed.
I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I'm just gonna be honest because that's something that all of us do. Myself, King, Flawless,
Yeah.
all the people that you guys watch. I'm just going to be honest. We're cooked, man.
Man said title talk. Man said challenging for title, bro. We might not be challenging for titles for the next 4 or 5 seasons, bro. You know what I mean? By the time when you're like 34 or 35 or something, bro, you might be not even at the club, bro. You get it? Like if we would have sold you, yes, we could have competed for titles in the next 2 or 3 seasons if you would have left. But the reality is that with you at the club, we're not going to compete for titles anytime soon. Like, are you crazy? You're crazy. It's just crazy, bro.
He's talking about he wants to play at the top level in Europe. Like I said, man, we ain't going to the Champions League for at least the next 2 years, and he's about to be 33 then.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, this guy could be 40. It don't matter. It don't matter. He could be 50, and our fan base would still be like, "There's a player there, and he's
Yeah.
our savior," and all that type of bullshit, man. And
Yeah.
I'm so just like sick and tired of our fan base, bro. Genuinely, like my brain hurts every single time I try to. Every single time I try to, talk to these people, have some sort of footballing conversation about anything, they just show how many brain cells they lack from time and time again. So, yeah, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. But cool. Let me see who's live. We're gonna go and redirect someone real quick. To you, King. Final few things you want to say before we just close out, real quick. Obviously, blessed for having you on.
Yeah,
Thank
big
you for showing up and all that type of stuff. And I'll call you on for other shows and all that stuff too, because I do United content. I've been doing a lot of it recently. Whenever we hear like, transfer,
yeah.
all that type of stuff. So,
Yeah, of course, man.
yeah. Final few things you want to say before we close out?
Yeah, like all I would say is this fan base is a disgrace. Ineos, you've done well for the recruitment, but overall you are a disgrace. Even though your recruitment's been decent, and Bruno is a disgrace as well. Know what I'm saying? So, people, if you don't hear, you must feel, and 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 get ready, people. You are in for a rude awakening this season, bro. Because even if we improve on our position from 15th, we could. I predict us to finish like 10th or 9th, bro, with Bruno. Like, even I don't think we're gonna be competing for top 6 anytime soon. Ineos want to be competing for top 6. They said their objective is top 6. They want top 6 this season, but the reality is that we should have sold Bruno, then we could have been competing in Europe. But obviously that's not going to happen. So, like, we're not going to be competing for Europe for like at least 2 seasons with Bruno still there, because the guy's just not a good captain. The guy just leaves gaps everywhere. And no matter how good Cunha and then Bemo is, he's still going to be spamming that ball. He's still not going to be passing the ball a lot to Cunha, and then Bemo, he's just going to be spamming that ball. You get me? He's going to do his grenade ball as always. So, and this manager's going to get sacked. And I said it at the start when I spoke about Amarim's appointment. I remember I was on with Flawless Eddie and all of these man on Mandem United, and I said, with Garnacho, Rashford, Bruno, and Hoyland, all of these guys, if you keep on playing these guys and if you keep on persisting with these guys will get you sacked. And that's what's going to happen. And that's what's going to happen next season. That's what's going to happen this next coming season. So that's all I got to say.
Yeah, 100%. I think you said it perfectly. We're cooked, man. I'm just going to leave it at that. We are cooked, but we will continue to do all the content regarding this club, because that's something that will never go away. Like I said earlier, players come and go, the fans always stay, and we're always going to be here regardless of how shit we are. We could be in the championship, and I will happily do championship watch-alongs along with Flawless, Eddie, King, all of these guys, man. So we're always going to be here. We're always going to keep it real like we always do. This stream also is going to take you over to Saad's channel. I think Saad is doing just kind of like a transfer news type stream. So go and write Sheik TV Raid on Saad's channel real quick. Sheik TV Raid on Saad's channel. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him. Make sure you guys go run up the likes over on his channel as well. And we will catch you guys all in the next one. In terms of what I'm going to be doing, maybe keep a lookout on tomorrow or in a couple of days. I think, what was I going to say? We're going to do a fan call-in show. So that's something that I've decided to do. And it's going to be a new show on the channel. It's called Stoppage Time with Sheik. So everyone's going to be basically getting stoppage time minutes to give their say about anything. It could be about football, it could be about basketball, UFC, anything, frustration. Not only just United fans, it could be all types of fans. So it doesn't really matter. But yeah, come and have your say. They're probably going to be either tomorrow or possibly on Thursday. But just keep a lookout. Subscribe to the channel. Like I said, keep the notifications on, and you'll find out exactly when we do go live. So big up to everyone. Stream will take you over to Saad's channel. Go like and subscribe to him and Right Chief TV Raid. And up until then, we will catch you guys on the next one. And I hope you guys all have a great rest of your week. Big up and take care, people.